Sanchez. Watch out for some very big dice from them at the back end of their program. Mixed up in their program in terms of degree, but they're not doing the big 4.1 here, though. They were soon do a 4.1 before. Now, that's not in their program this time out.
No, I'm unsure as to why. It is an incredibly risky dive. It's one which, to pull it off, it's a real game changer, but they're playing a little bit safe this time, so it'll be interesting to see how that folds out.
Ivan Garcia, Sanchez of Mexico, and as with the women, first 2 rounds will be the compulsories. Then we'll have 4 rounds of optionals. So the first dive for the Mexicans, first of 6 rounds in the men's, 5 in the women's. Ivan Garcia from Sanchez will go with an inward dive. All the first 12 dives will be worth 2.0 degree of difficulty in rounds 1 and 2.
That nice steady start from the Mexicans, opening up this competition. We've watched the females go before them. Now it's the men's chance to get up there and get into it. So opening dive, inward dive, standing backwards, moving away from the diving board, popping up into that pike position. The synchronization looks good. Sanchez closest to Garcia, closest to us. Just winning the race to the water, marginally ahead of his partner there. Which means that, Synchro marks a little bit down, 8.5. They were hoping for more. They're just getting over the 50-point barrier.
Though it's a solid start, 50.40 for Garcia and Sanchez. So if you want a nice marker, if you like, start with 52 is about what you want. 50 is okay. So a lot of the women's around about the 46, 47 mark, but 50 to 52, a decent opening start. Well, we haven't seen that much of the Ukraine pair recently, but we're going to see them now. Alexander Bondar, the 20-year-old, and the 70-year-old Maxim Dolgov. And he has never competed in the World Series before, so that's why we've not seen this pairing before, because Dolgov has never appeared in the World Series. Alexander Bondar, we've seen quite a lot, competed in Beijing and competed in London, but this is a new pairing from the Ukraine, Leon.
Yeah, very exciting. So Maxim only 17, a very accomplished junior athlete, now breaking into the senior ranks, and the Ukrainian diving team is a fantastic team with great athletes, and so to make it through at the age of 17, they're obviously hedging their bets that he's going to be the next big thing. They're certainly featuring in the team going forwards to Rio and beyond.
They have it, the 5 pairs who will compete for the 3 men's slots at the London leg of the FINANVC Diving World Series. Now, we normally expect China to win this. Leon Taylor, as we were watching the introduction, was kind of giving me the indication that he thinks maybe Germany could cause an upset. What would it be an upset?
Well, yeah, very nice execution as we would expect. Superb rip entry into the water. Beautiful position in the air in the pike. Here we go. Pop back into that pike. No light or air in between that pike shape. A little bit of difference on their rotational speeds, but that was it. That was still getting 8.5 and 9s for Synchro. And there isn't very much wrong with the execution either. So come on, judges. 9.5 maybe.
I think they've been quite that generous. There's a couple of 9s, there's a 9.5 which won't count, and then the lines through the marks, they don't count the 9s and the 0s, of course, they're multiplied by the degree of difficulty.
16 and 17.
54 exactly. Good, solid start for Ukraine, maybe better than anticipated, puts them in the lead. On stage, of course, comes the Italian pair.
But this time, the Mexicans and the Ukrainians, who are both very experienced and exceptional players themselves. So for anyone to stand on the podium today, it's going to be a big ask. So I think the top 4 will be China, Germany, Mexico, Ukraine. Very nice from the Italian pair. oldest player in this competition. One of the oldest, I think the German team around the same age, 27 and 25 respectively. Plenty of years together. One of the weakest player in this competition looking at the previous results, but that was a very good dive to open their campaign. Beautiful synchronisation, 9s across the board, I would guess, at synchro. Execution slightly lower than that.
Inside out.
50 points, yep, 52.8.
Quite a few things coming back to the London 2012 Aquatic Centre. Competition as well. 2-year absence for the Olympics here and the Olympics 2012. And there is Sasha good on the 3-metre board and good on the 10-metre board as well.
Both of them formidable athletes in their own rights, individually as well as
let's go on to the men.
Mentioned both on the flat bearing and on the springboard. And his experience will sometimes counts. This is a straight final. Lots of expectation, lots of pressure on such a young pair. Social media, keeping calm, keeping focus. Not many adrenaline run wild when you're opening up your campaign. And the boys there, keeping their composure, doing very well. A mistake there in the dive in tight position, straight up and down. Not take your best effort as some of the dives we've seen before, but they could get quite close to 50 points with that. The final place there, Matty Lee just into the water first 2 rounds. Danny Goodfellow, limited degree of difficulty. Whatever dive they decide to do, it carries a 2.0 degree of difficulty. So yeah, not much of things punched up nicely, and then you have 4 rounds on synchro and dive, which is where the men get to really turn it on and show their stuff, if you like. There will be some big dives and there'll be some high-risk manoeuvres going on because, of course, the higher the degree of difficulty, the harder the dive, and therefore the easier it is to make a mistake. So get the final text messages and tweets in there from China, entering the water. He's okay, quite getting completely grabbed effectively. Sasha making no mistakes on his execution. Maybe. As the jacuzzi divers keeping warm, people always ask why the divers stay so much time in the jacuzzi and in the showers. Away from the poolside, so the muscles that you've warmed up really well on the trampolines in the dry land can start to get cold. So you jump in the jacuzzi, keep the blood flowing, keep yourself warm. And then when you're ready, you pop up. Too much time in the jacuzzi can potentially make you feel a little bit sleepy. But it certainly does for me anyway, so I didn't spend very much time in the jacuzzi when I was competing. But then again, diver's choice, of course. You see a couple of them there, just keeping warm, keeping moving. The flannels that they have with them, or chamois as they're called, to dry the body, again for the same reason, just to stop the cold from getting into the muscles Chinese. And of course, when you're getting yourself in a tuck position or a pike position, you want to be able to grip whatever you're holding on to. So in the tuck position, now your hands will be on your shins. If your shins and or your hands are wet and they slip, that means it could be in for a belly flop at the worst, or a mishap on the dive at the very least. So again, and lots of the idiosyncrasies of the sport.
Michael Versotto looking to on there. 55.2. Second Italian, 9's tossed in there for good measure, and 9.5 as well. But synchro execution, Chinese have laid down their marker. 10-metre boards.
Of course, many platforms here, mostly used for training. You can see there in shot the 5, the 7.5, and then all the way at the top there, the 10-metre platform.
Second, Italy third, Great Britain sixth. So this is the order they'll go in. Mexico will go first. Not quite loco Mexicans, can't call them that, but they know how to do things by halves. 3.7s and 3.8s mixed up in the program and getting degrees. They're not doing the big 4.1 here, though. They always seem to do a 4.1 before. Now that's not in their program this time round.
No, I'm unsure as to why. It is an incredibly risky dive. It's one which, to put it off, it's a real game changer, but they're playing a little bit safe this time, so it'll be interesting to see how that folds out.
After first round, Ivan Garcia, Sanchez of Mexico, and as with the women, first 2 rounds will be the compulsories. Then we'll have 4 rounds of optionals. So first dive for the Mexicans, first of 6 rounds in the men's, 5 in the women's. Ivan Garcia and Sanchez will go with an inward dive.
Interesting
for
because
the first 12 dives will be worth 2.0 degree of difficulty in rounds 1 and 2.
Yeah, nice steady start from the Mexicans opening up this competition. We've watched the females go before them. Now it's the men's chance to get up there and get into it. So opening dive, inward dive, standing backwards, moving away from the diving board, popping up into that pike position. Synchronization looks good. Sanchez closest to Garcia, sorry, closest to us, just winning the race to the water, marginally ahead of his partner there, which means that synchro marks a little bit down, 8.5. They were hoping for more, just getting over the 50-point barrier.
There's a solid start, 50.404 Garcia and Sanchez. So if you want a nice marker, if you like, start with 52 is about what you want. 50 is okay. So women's around about the 46, 47 mark, but 50 to 52, a decent opening start. Well, we haven't seen that much of the Ukraine pair recently, but we're going to see them now. Alexander Bondar, the 20-year-old, and the 70-year-old Maxim Dolgov. And he has never competed in the World Series before, so that's why we've not seen this pairing before, because Dolgov has never appeared in the World Series. Alexander Bondar, we've seen quite a lot, competed in Beijing and competed in London, but this is a new pairing for the Ukraine.
Yeah, very exciting. So Maxim only 17, very, very accomplished junior athlete, now breaking into the senior ranks. And the Ukrainian diving team is a fantastic team with great athletes, and so to make it through at the age of 17, they're obviously hedging their bets that he's going to be the next big thing. We're certainly featuring in the team going forward to Rio and beyond. So let's see what's got in the tank today. So slightly newer pairing, first ever World Series. Do we do a practice?
Bondar, gold medalist from the Europeans in 2013. So this is a new combination. And they will start their World Series progression.
Effect. I don't think it's, because the other divers who are rated on 7.5 nice meter, they're not sure execution as we would expect. Superb rip entries into the water. Beautiful position in the air in the pipes. Here we go. Pop up into that pipe. No light or air in between that pipe shape. Little bit of difference on their rotational speeds, but that was it. That will still get 8.5 to 9 for synchro. And there isn't very much wrong with the execution either. So come on, judges. 9.5 maybe?
And he's trying to be the nice man. And they're being quite generous. There's a couple of 9s and 9.5 which won't count. And then the lines through the marks means they don't count the 9s and the 9.0s. Of course, they're multiplied by the degree of difficulty. Usually 54 exactly. Good, solid start for Ukraine. Maybe better than anticipated. Puts them in the lead. Early stage, of course.
So when we see,
Francesco
interesting to see whether they are. So seeing what the other athletes are deciding to do. Danny Goodfellow deciding to walk up and down. Matty Lee doing a few stretches.
Inward dive.
He was heavily strapped.
Just repeat for newcomers.
Very important that the divers
2.0 degree of difficulty.
can maintain a locked out body. Very nice from the Italian pair. And the wrist take this competition impact, as you can imagine, in the German team around the same age, 27 and 25 respectively. So plenty of years together. It was a false alarm, by the way, so in this competition, looking at the previous results, but that was a very good dive to open their campaign. Beautiful synchronization, 9s across the board, I would guess, at synchro. Execution slightly lower than that.
In the aquatic
Over 50
centre.
points, yeah, 52
Just about ready to start. This is going to be to the always happy aquatic centre. Also very serious competition here at the Straight Trial, and there is Ivan Garcia and Fernando Sanchez. They are ready to go. We are ready to go, and the venue is ready to let them go. Look for my back dive at that stage. Let's go on to the men's. All the dives in round 2 will be 2.0. You'll also see the Ukraine divers do this off the back of Ivan Garcia.
Lots of expectation, lots of pressure on such a young pair. It's about keeping calm, keeping focused, unaffected by the delay, run wild when you're opening up your campaign. And the boys there, second man keeping their composure, doing very well. They're only 20, 21 dive in the position. straight up international stage for a number of years now. Some of the dives you've seen before, but they're approaching this competition in the right way. Stay nice and relaxed. There, Matty Lee, beautiful synchro, 8 and 9 probably on that synchro. Execution maybe a little bit off there from the diver closest to us, and the Italian splash. So there we go, nice. 51.6.
They get marked up by the judges because he's going to be 0.5.
No, they shouldn't at all. The judges should remain neutral at all times. I don't think the judges feel sorry. I feel sorry for the judges having to wait longer.
Somebody feels sorry for the judges. On the Christmas card, they've seen it all. 102.6 then for Mexico from the first two dives. Here comes Bonda and Dolgov for Ukraine.
There from Housding entering the water. He didn't quite get his like for like with the Mexicans. So we get to show out the back dive. Sasha making no mistakes, are very precise with your takeoff here, because as you lengthen out, so you touch your toes and then move the upper body away from the lower body. So here we go, reach up the arms, touch your toes. Let's see how close the feet are to the diving board. No, all good distances, moving in unison. That's good, 8.5 and 9s coming their way. And a solid second round dive for this relatively new Ukrainian pair.
Yeah, takes them into the lead, 104.4. Doesn't look like they've just become a new pairing on the boards. That came out of the pool when he landed. I think he knew that. 4. And now the Chinese pair, synchro diving, is up and running with those two. There's that. I've just got down on the right. And Michael Vosotto.
No mistakes from the
With
Chinese.
a reverse dive for the Italians. Probably standing in third place.
Execution. Superb rip entries from both athletes. Good from the Italians. Not quite as good as an opening round dive. On the takeoff. So they've got big boots to fill. So we keep themselves in contention after remaining composed during the delay. They were up at the 7.5 metre as well, waiting for the scores. So let's have a look at the replay. Arm swing good at the same time. Yeah, the synchro is on this. Look at this, moving the arms at the same time. Should get 8.5 on the synchro. Execution a little bit off, not quite as good as their first round dive. Will they get over 50 or will it be just shy?
Yeah, it is just that. 49.8 starts to move into around 3.5. Some 2.8s on the execution for Francesco Delmo and Michael Vosotto. Big cheer to greet the arrival of the young Brits. Dan Goodfellow and Matt Lee, Garcia, Jaime Sanchez. Mexico getting on to the synchro pairing. And they're going with a back 1.5 somersault, half a twist. See this back dive performance.
That's really stylish. We don't see that dive very often. It's actually, 2.1 degree of difficulty, but of course in this competition, everything, no matter what you do, gets 2.0. So these young athletes have decided to, this work for them. Execution is bang on the money. Let's look at this. Pop up, beautiful shapes, open pike. Look at this. Both athletes drilling the entries into the water. They might even squeeze a line from the judges for execution. This is great. So that is a much better effort. Second look at that. There you go.
Couple of 9s and 3.8.5s. It's all bunching up at the top. Ukraine, Italy, Mexico, Great Britain separated by just over 2 points. 1 to 4. Now the Germans. The great start, but Housding and Klein, their second round dive will be an inward dive.
Because you are right in the moment, you're on the end of the board, you're about to perform. Yeah, that's first class from a synchro point of view. Very precise, as we come to expect from this German pairing. Execution was good, a little bit of splash popping up, so I don't think they're going to get more than an 8.5 on execution, but the synchro is bang on the money. So what, 9, maybe even a 9.5. So let's wait and see. Look at this, moving in complete unison. A little bit of splash coming up, so yeah, let's see what a visualization, a dry
it's okay. It's not bad at all, actually. 9s and 8.5, 2 9s and 8.5. Well, 1 to 5, now separated by 2.4 points. All that, though, will surely change and will be blown wide open by these two. That's a relatively untried and untested pairing.
To the referee who decides
Yang and Chen.
the competition will
They're inward.
can see. Now you see him, now you don't. Look entries that I've been mentioning throughout this commentary. Where the judges are looking for a splashless entry. Legal from a diving point of view from the 10-metre board. As close as it gets to not throwing up any water as they went in. Some strict rules around restarts. So let's have a little look here. Can you see any differential in the synchro? There is a little bit as they're going into the water, marginally, fractionally different times. So I don't think we're going to see any 10s from a synchro point of view. Not yet anyway, but look at that. Diver left of screen.
Of course, we did have drama in this very pool.
Oh, look, you got a 10 as well from one of the judges. Wow.
Execution only 9.5 and 9.2 for relines on synchro. A little bit of interesting stuff predicted China have gone to the top.
So it's absolutely
right
so the
there.
referee is in control.
9.8 for look how tight it is between 2 down to 6. Nothing to choose between 2 and 6 really. 2.4 points easily made up as we get into the bigger tariff dives. China, Ukraine and Germany though 1, 2, 3 at the moment.
What's that over already? Are we sure? Yeah, no, yeah. Let's do the twist. Let's see what we're going to do.
It's where it gets a bit tasty. Happen at the beginning of a round, not halfway through.
I think it's just who it affects. I don't think it's, you know, because the other divers who are waiting on the 7.5, 3.5 metre, they're not sure what they should do. Should I go down the steps? Because if you're up there, you're getting colder, potentially not feeling quite as comfortable. The coaches, Andy Banks there,
so intricate,
friend and fellow judge.
You have to count the British version of Splash. In case you haven't seen it worldwide, which chances are you haven't, you need to go on YouTube. I'm sure it's there somewhere. Leon pretending to be the bad man.
Hello, Mexico.
And to be the nice man. And a lovely comedian lady called Joe Brown.
3.7. Lots can go wrong. 4.5. Spot in the water. There we go. Look at that. I don't think it's worth a perfect 10, but that is going to be huge. Still a little bit of confusion going on here. Now, the laying down the law, catch us if you can from Mexico. That's going to get upwards of 85 points. Look at the synchro on that. Just stunning. Wow, just a little bit further away from the diving board there, but apart from that,
the other athletes decided to. Don't get fellow decided to walk up and down.
Matthew Lee doing a few stretches. Big style with that.
Wrists there, very important that the divers can maintain a locked out body when they hit the water at nearly 40 miles an hour, and the wrists take a lot of the impact, as you can imagine.
So they're using your old hairdresser, by the way. So it's with 3.5, some sort of 3.7, but 3.2. It was a false alarm, by the way, so don't get alarmed or
I need it to be good, and it
too
was
concerned if you're watching.
Very
You
good.
have a friend or a diver taking part in this because it was occasionally
discrepancy from the
false
distance
alarm.
from the diving
It's going to
board.
reset all the things in the aquatic
We'll get to
centre.
see the replay shortly.
We are just about ready to start. Yes, they're happy.
Bang on the money.
Always happy.
Closest to us,
Always
moving away
smiling.
from the diving board a little bit more than his
Embrace
partner.
this
Those
competition
executions are
fully.
good. They should get 8.5s and 9s. It's
Ivan
3.2, so it
Garcia,
needs to be
Sanchez.
good. 78.
Ready to go. We are ready to go. It's ready to let them go. Competition now. Good back dive. Back up on the elite two dives. Bond dives in round 2 will be 2.0. And you also see the Ukraine divers do this off the back of Ivan Garcia and Sanchez. And Michael Pesotto for Italy, 4th after round number 2. And they too
Unaffected by the delay. Cool, calm and collected.
2.5 somersaults.
Second man dive from this very experienced Mexican pair. They're only 20 and 21. So they've been on the international stage for a number of years now. So obviously approaching this competition in the right way, staying nice and relaxed. Looks pretty good from a beautiful synchro. 8.5s and 9s probably on that synchro. Execution maybe a bit of half twist. Looks okay. The diver closest to us, a little bit scrappy. And then there we go. Nice. 51.6.
They get marked up by the judges because they feel they're sorry for them.
No,
they shouldn't be at all. The judges should remain neutral at all times. I don't think the judges feel sorry. I feel sorry for the judges having to wait longer.
Synchronization as well.
I feel sorry for the judges. Okay, because he landed in a very, very odd shape. 102.6 then for Mexico from the first 2 dives. Here comes Bomba and Golgov for Ukraine.
Like for like with the Mexicans, we get to compare the back dive. It's going to be very precise with your takeoff here, because as you lengthen out, so you touch your toes and then you move the upper body away from the lower body. So here we go, reach out with the arms, touch your toes. Let's see how close the feet are to the diving board. Now the expectations, moving in unison. The previous 2, 8.5 and is coming their way. Competition. Solid second round dive for this. In with 3.5 in the top position.
Yeah, takes him into the lead, 104.4. Doesn't look like they've just become a new pairing on the boards.
Execution from both divers is good. You should get 8.5s for both of them, I think. And then see what goes across to the synchro.
Yes, okay, it's very solid. 78.7. On the right. 9s and 8s and 8s across the board on synchro leads them
go with the reverse dive
from the Italians.
Currently standing in
Housing
third
and
place.
Klein. Really, you think probably the other pairings are
Good from the Italians, not quite as good as an opening round dive. A little bit snatchy on the takeoffs. However, yeah, well, they're coming out all guns blazing as well. Contention. Remaining composed during the delay, they're up in the 7.5 metre as well, waiting for the scores. So let's have a look at the replay. Arms swing, good at the same time. Yeah, the synchro is on good. Look at this, moving the arms at the same time. Should get 8.5 on the synchro. Execution a little bit off, not quite as good as their first round dive. Will they get over 50 or will it be just shy?
Yeah, it is just that. 49.8 to be precise. 3.5s and 2 8s on the execution for Francesco and Michael Soto. Big cheer to greet the arrival of the young Brits. And Goodfellow and Matt Lee. New British 10-metre synchro pairing. And they're going with a back 1.5 somersaults with half a twist.
Oh, wow, I don't know what to make of that. One of the dives was that's really stylish. We don't see that dive very often. Essentially, 2.1 degrees different, but of course in this competition, everything, no matter what you do, gets 2.0. With reverse 3.5. Young athletes have decided that this looks for me. Execution is bang on the money. Let's look at this. There we go, diving close to shapes, almost a perfect 10 for me. Both athletes drilling the entries into the water. They might even squeeze a 9 from the judges for execution, which is great. So that was a much better effort. Second look at that. There you go.
Couple of 9s and 3 8.5s, and it's all bunching up at the top. Ukraine is Mexico break separated by just over 2 points. 1 to 4. But that really has tightened things up at the top of the table. China do not have the big lead we expected them to have after round number 3. Halfway stage, inward dive. And this is how it looks. China,
that's first class.
2 points between 1 and 2. A great dive for the Mexicans. Germany in third.
As we come to expect from this German pairing. Execution was good. A little bit of splash popping up, so I don't think they're going to get more than an 8.5 on execution, but the synchro is bang on the money. So what, 9, maybe even a 9.5. Let's wait and see. Look at this, moving in complete unison.
After the 3.7.
A bit of splash coming up, so yeah, let's see what.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not bad at all, actually. 9s and 8.5, 2 9s and 8.5. Well, 1 to 5, now separated by 2.4 points. All that, though, will surely change. It will be blown wide open by these two. That's relatively divers. Untried, untested pairing. In fact, they are just 2 Yang and Chen. 4 behind their inward after round 3.
Well, now you see and now you don't. The rip entries that I've been mentioning throughout this commentary, the judges are looking for a splashless entry, and that was certainly as close as it gets to not throwing up any water as they went in. So let's have a little look here. Into the water. Can you see any differential in the synchro? It is a little bit as they're going into the water. From both divers on the execution different times. So I don't think we're going to see any 10s from a synchro point of view. Not yet anyway. But look at that diver left of screen. Drilling his inward dive with pipe. Oh look, he got a 10 as well from one of the judges. Wow.
Execution though is 9.5 and 9.2.
Could get 8 and 8.5's execution's a little bit down. And it's only a 3.3 compared to previous. Okay, the door's open for the rest of the pairs.
109.8 for lookout time is between 2 down to 6. Nothing to choose between 2 and 6. Really 2.4 points easily made up as we get into the bigger tariff dives. China, Ukraine and Germany, though 1, 2, 3 and it comes off. It's worth a big bounce for Bondar and Dolgoff. It gets a bit tasty. 4.5. You've seen it once. Here it comes again. Don't worry about the 2s. That's just the.
They've done it as well. Wow. Here we go.
For these two,
I was holding my breath a little bit there
into the
because it did look like Maxim was losing his toe position, and I thought I could have ended up in a bit of a disaster for him, but that's obviously how he does it. He spins around a little bit like a deck chair, but he absolutely nailed it as he went in. Let's have a look. So talking about the diver furthest away, his touch shape is quite open. He's got, I mean, he could tidy that up and spin even quicker, but he smashes his entry into the water there. That's a superb dive from both divers. Big smiles. Wow, 91. Hello, Mexico. Wow, what a dive. 3.47. Lots to go later. 4.5. Spotting the water. There we go, look at that. I don't think it's worth a perfect 10, but that is going to be huge. Wow, they're certainly laying down the law. Catch us if you can from Mexico. That's going to get upwards of 85 points. Look at the synchro on that. Just stunning. Wow, just a little bit further away from the diving board there, but apart from that, that is not bad from the Italians. This is a dodgy dive for them. 3.5 somersaults. You can't see where you're going, you can only see where you've been. They're having some trouble with this in training, so I'm glad to see that they got it right there. Here we go, swinging the arms. Getting that takeoff that they need. Good height from the diving boards. Good spin speeds together. Popping up straight up and down. That's good work. 8 for synchro, I would imagine. 7.5 for the execution. So the Italians will be pleased with that one, as it could be where it needed to be good. It was very, very good. Execution bang on the money. Synchronization, you will see on the replay. Discrepancy from the distance from the diving board. So he was closer, he was further away. We're going to see the replay shortly, and I'll talk you through that. Look at that execution. Is bang on the money. Bondar closest to us, moving away from the diving board a little bit more than his partner. But those executions are good. They should get 8.5s and 9s. 3.2, so it needed to be good. 78.7, not as good as Mexico.
Good quality of competition.
Oh, what a dive from the home crowd favourites. Wow, they're really stepping up their game. Back 3.5, we've seen it before. The Mexicans did a reasonable job with it. The young British pair really stepped their game up. That is superb diving. Beautiful synchronization. Fantastic execution. So far, this young pair are having the competition of their life, I would say. Look at that. Beautiful dives. Well done. Well done indeed. Francesco just letting the dive right over there. He comes up, snapping his hand on the water. Frustrated. Just created a little bit too much on the takeoff. Looked pretty good from a synchro point of view, but Francesco there just ducking his head in and over-rotating. So here we go, 1.5 twist. Looks okay. Into the pipe shape to get a little bit scrappy. But then Francesco just let it go over-twisting as well. So the judges could go as low as a 4. It was a bogey dive, and that's why 3.6, as Bob mentioned, is high risk. And it can go wrong. I've seen it go right, but on this occasion, unfortunately, there, the Germans. Where did it go wrong? The takeoff seems quite strong. Into the pipe shape, all looks good so far. As you see Patrick Houston here, just letting go of his legs a little bit too early, doing a banana man impression as he goes into the water, arching through his lumbar spine. That means the execution marks for his dive in particular will be lower, and then ultimately that will reflect across the synchro. And if you say, look, going loose in my back as I went in, Sasha's asking if he was over-rotated. You look pretty good to me, Sasha. I think this might to be 8.5 under expectation, maybe. Standing on the podium was in this too. They're coming into this one. Interesting competition. This time, 3.5 execution takes them down below Great difficulty.
And Mexico and Ukraine.
Really good synchro. A little bit of difference there on the spin speeds. Execution from both divers is good. Should get 8.5s for both of them, I think. And let's see what goes across to the synchro.
Well, yes, okay, it's very solid. 78.7 somersaults. 9 Chinese, 80 to go into the synchro, leads them in third place above the Italians.
Sensational. I was thinking, well, will this Chinese pair, relatively new, how good are they? Are they going to feature? Are they going to be able to hold it together? And the answer to all of those questions is yes, yes, and yes. Look at this, 3.6. They're coming out 3.5 in the pipe position. Superb execution from both divers. This will be full of 8.5s and 9s for execution and for the synchronization. It's going to be a big score, way over 90. So it needed to be good.
And they should be happy. Look at that.
94. A little bit scrappy in that pipe shape, but 3.96. That's going to be a solid 80 points, I would imagine.
For China. And that puts the Chinese well in front of them everybody else, 13 points ahead of everybody else. As this graphic will tell you, China 13.26 clear of Ukraine, Mexico in third, but Great Britain in fourth, not far behind the Mexicans now. German challenge faltering, and looks like it's not going to be Italy's day for Delumo and Vasotto. For China to get go with the big dive at the end, the Mexicans, but this is quite a tough one too.
Wow, I don't know what to make of that. One of the dives was incredibly well executed. The dive was slightly early as it came out. So yeah, I'm not sure which way the judges are going to go on it. Interesting that they're opening with reverse 3.5. So standing forwards, jumping away from the diving board and spinning backwards. Both divers safe distance away from it. There we go, divers close to it. That's almost a perfect 10 for me. His partner, not quite as good. 6.5, 7 maybe from an execution. Just came out a little bit too early, diving right at the screen there. So the synchro mark, not as good. Not as good as they would have hoped. Not as good as it was in training.
Kind of, yeah, 9.5 and 7 execution, 8.5.
Synchronization was good all the way through, but short and vertical into the water. Here we go. Take off. Yeah, they do get it together here, so the spin speeds are on. It seems to be going, but look at this. Both divers short of vertical as they go into the water. It's going to cost them. They're not going to get much over 70 points.
And 72.4 is how the judges see it. 7.5, 7.5 on synchro, and 7.5 around the big dives. Watch out for the Ukraine's 3.7 to come in this. China will be 3.6, as have Germany. So a lot can change in this round because of the degree of difficulty. Going for another big tariff for 3.7. And Dolgov, Stroll in the park, 2.5 somersaults, 2.5 twists, and the Sanchez. This pair actually doing consistent dives every time. 3.5 somersaults.
And they continue to do wonderful dives back. 2.5 somersaults, 2.5 twists in the pike position. There's a lot going on in this dive. A lot can go wrong. Wow, this Ukrainian pair coming out, all guns blazing. Sitting in second position after round 4. Now this is piling on the pressure on the rest of the pairs, and that is superb. It's going to be over 85 points, maybe nudging 90. You can see what the judges think. Yeah, there you go.
360.54 total. Dive of 86.4.
Both a little short of vertical as they enter the water. The synchro was bang on because they did the same thing. So slight error from both divers on the execution.
Left-hand side's got a lot of experience.
I don't know whether they're playing safe. They can both spin very, very quickly, but they seem to almost kill their rotation. Oh, it's a very well executed dive. It is particularly easy by way of degree of difficulty. Only 2.9, which means that they're going to be outdanced in this field. 3.3 compared to previous. It does look cool though. Have a look at this, running into the rest of these pairs. Pop up together, wrapping into one single twist. There it is, and then folding into a pipe shape. The synchronization is good. It's going to get 8. But it's a low degree of difficulty, so I don't know whether they'll even break 70 points.
Comes off, doesn't work. 69.6 for the Italian pair. Solid dive, but in terms of progression up the rankings, it's knocked out them a great deal. Execution and synchro, exactly the same.
I was holding my breath a little bit there because it did look like Maxim was losing his tug position. I thought that could have ended up in a bit of a disaster for him, but that's obviously how he does it. He spins around a little bit like a deck chair, but he absolutely nailed it as he went in. Let's have a look. So I'm talking about the diver furthest away. His touch shape is quite open. He's got, I mean, he could tidy that up and spin even quicker, screaming going on. Down good flow, surfing into the water there. What a shame. The takeoff again, strong, powerful, committed, not holding back. Synchronization is okay. Spin speed slightly different. Matty Lee, closest to us, doing a better job than his partner. Danny Goodfellow seems to be twisted as he goes into the water. That's going to be a bit of a hodgepodge on the marks. That'll be costly for the British pair. 4 good dives and 1 faltering, and that's the one there, faltered.
3.5 somersaults for the Italians. Need to make up sadly, from a British point of view right now. 71.4 won't quite cut it at this level.
Not bad from the Italians. This is a dodgy dive for them. Back 3.5 somersaults, so you can't see where you're going. You can only see where you've been. They're having some trouble with this in training, so I'm glad to see that they got it right there.
Here we go, swinging the arms.
Getting that take across from Rainy, good height from it this time. Good spin speeds together. Slight error on his entry into the water. That's good work. A little bit loose in his lower back. Synchro, I would imagine. Housing getting into the water very smoothly, very clean. Synchronization is good.
But it's not
jumping away from the diving board. Look at those identical spin speeds. In fact, I can't even see Sasha, but the entries into the water are a little bit off, so I don't think we're going to see any lines for Synchro. But that's better from the Germans, 82.
Into the top three they go, but China's still got to go yet, and good fellow coach about they probably know they did wrong, just wanted confirmation and clarification of it. And it's back 3.5 somersaults, 3.3 Mexico, 3 points ahead of Great Britain. First question, if anybody can catch
what a dive from the home crowd favourites. Wow, they're really stepping up their game. Back 3.5, we've seen it before. The Mexicans did a reasonable job of it. The young British pair have really stepped their game up. That is superb diving. Closest to us. Beautiful synchronisation. Fantastic execution. So far, we've seen the young pair having the competition of their life. I would say like that is going to score beautiful dive. Big score. Well done. Here we are. Here's the 2.5 twist, folding into that pipe shape. The synchro is really, really good. He's going to get 90 points. It must. Chain closest to us should get 9s on his dive. Wow. Another formidable Chinese pair. Catch us if he can, boys.
Well, nobody can, Jimmy. Housing incline. 90.72. The bigger one, some close 3.5 somersaults. 400 there, 8.5 on Synchro.
It was a bogey dive, and that's why 3.6, as Bob mentioned, it's high risk, and it can go wrong.
1 round to go.
But on this occasion, unfortunately,
get the medals today.
The Germans.
Top 3 is China, Ukraine, and Mexico.
Where did it go wrong? The takeoff seems quite strong. Into the pipe shape, all looks good so far. As you see Patrick Housing here, just letting go of his legs a little bit too early, doing the banana man impression as he goes into the water, arching through his lumbar spine. That means the execution marks for his dive in particular will be lower, and then ultimately that will reflect across the synchro. You can say, look, going loose in my back as I went in. Sasha's asking if he was over-rotating. You look pretty good to me, Sasha. I think your marks will be 8, 7.5 and 8 for execution, maybe. But Patrick was a little bit, no.
3.7.
Interesting. Both of them got penalised.
They did. 7 synchro, 6.5 execution. Takes them down below Great Britain and Mexico and Ukraine.
Good effort. I just love watching this dive because there is so much going on. The triple in, as in you're getting the twists out of the way before you start doing the somersaults. So 2.5 somersaults, 3 twists. Here we go. Let's watch it. Into the end.
Somersaults
1,
the Chinese.
2, 3 twists into the pike position to finish off the 2.5 somersaults. Execution's a bit sensational. They're mixed bags. The synchronization's pretty good. He's relatively difficult to get probably get close to 80 points. Maybe just be able to hold it together. It needs to be better than that, those questions. Yes, and yes. Who knows where the medals are going to go today? 3.6.
Germany struggle
for the pike position. Superb execution from both divers. This will be full of 8.5s and 9s for execution and for the synchronization. It's going to be a big score, way over 90. And they should be happy. Look at that.
90 established. Here's the mark at 93.96 on my screen. 27.40 for China. And for the Ukraine as well. Well in front of everybody else. 13 points ahead of everybody else. As this graphic will tell you. China 13.26 clear of Ukraine. Mexico in third. Great Britain in fourth. Not far behind the Mexicans now. German challenge faltering finish on.
High risk, diverse 3.5 lots. Could go wrong. It's 3.4. Recently, quite rightly upgraded from 3.3. Look at this. Superb synchro. Bondar closest to us there, just disappearing into the water. The younger pair, the younger of the pair, I should say, Maxim, there he is, doing his very split tap. They did call him a deck chair previously, but he will be a medal winner today. Look at that, 4.48
for the medals. China, though, well out in front. Reverse 3.5. Marks 87.7 for the Ukraine pair, who have impressed greatly. Which, I'm afraid the reverse is true of the Italians today. Just not quite on the mark.
Not as good.
Very low
Not as good as they would have hoped. Not as good as it was in training. Yeah, there's no great difficulty, but he was executing superbly well. Short of vertical into the water. Here we go.
In fact, the same
Take
dive.
off. Yeah, they do get it together here, so the spin speeds are on. They seem to be going for
finishing on a lower degree of difficulty.
Divers short of those guys are going to be really, really good to get
Costa,
into
they're not
the
going to get much
70s.
over 70
I
points.
think this should go into the 70s.
72.4 is how the judges see it. 7.57, 7.5 on
okay.
synchro, 7.5 and 6 on
A little bit of a twist there
execution.
for Michael as he went in on the end. Still pretty good today from Italy. Overall 383. That's probably about right from them. Having a great time, which is the most important thing.
Another big tariff. There's probably more of a sedan chair than a deck chair there for those two. 2.5 somersaults, 2.5 twists. This pair actually doing consistent dives every time, which could be
They continue to do a wonderful dive back, 2.5 somersaults, 2.5 twists in the pike position. There's a lot going on in this dive. A lot could go wrong. Ukrainian pair coming out, all guns blazing. They're sitting in second position after round 4.
If they wanted to challenge for the medal, they need a harder dive here. This is only 3.0.
And that's probably the weakest dive from an execution point of view we've seen from this young British pair. What the judges think. They seem to launch themselves into the middle of the pool, but that's okay because they both tended to do it.
Dive of
And then in the both divers letting the dive drift a little bit as they went in. So spin speeds are okay. Maddie furthest away from us there. Both divers rolling over as they go in the water. A little bit of splash being thrown up. Yeah, it's not the greatest of finishes. However, overall, a pretty good performance from this young British pair. It's a very well executed dive. It is particularly easy by way of degree of difficulty. Only 2.9, which means that they're going to be outclassed in this field. It does look cool though. Have a look at this. Running into the end, and they pop up together, wrapping into one single twist. There it is, and then folding into a pipe shape. The synchronization's good. It's going to get 8s, but it's a low degree of difficulty, so I don't know whether it'll even break 70 points.
2.5 twists, maybe for Germany. 6 for the Italian
I think that's going to be good enough for
the
medal.
dive, but in terms of progression up the
Consistent
rankings,
enough today. I've seen better from this
execution
experienced
and
pair.
synchro,
I've
exactly
also
the same.
seen more mistakes. You know, just checking with each other. How was yours? Yeah,
degree of
mine was okay.
difficulty
Yeah, I
for
think
the
that's going to be
British pair.
another podium finish.
Dan
2 silvers so far from this World Series from this pair. And I think this will be good enough, certainly today, for the bronze. A little bit scrappy as they went in. So 80 plus points for sure, which will be good enough for a bronze today. Yeah, 425. Some screaming going on. Dan Goodfellow surfing into the water there. What a shame. The takeoff again. Strong, powerful, committed.
Decent return.
Not holding back. Synchronization is okay. Spin speed slightly different. 17.14. Closest to us doing a better job. This partner, Danny Goodfellow, seems to be twisted as he goes into the water. That's going to be a bit of a hodgepodge on the marks. That'll be costly for the British pair. 4 good dives and 1 faltering, and that's their one there, falters.
Started off with dive number 6.
Yeah, sadly, yes, they can round it off with the dive of the competition. Wow, everyone nailed their front 4.5 today. The Mexicans, the Ukrainians, and now the Chinese, which does seem to think that it isn't difficult, but it is so challenging. And they did not look as though they had any difficulty with that at all. Will that score much better from the Germans this time? Because, well, for me, that is as good as it gets. Beautiful synchronization, showing up a little bit of execution. Posting, getting into the water very smoothly, very clean. What a dive to finish on, and China once again jumping away from the diving board. Look at those identical spin speeds. In fact, I can't even see Sasha as the entries into the water. We're a little bit off, so I don't think we're going to see any 9s for synchro. But that's better from the Germans. 82.
Into top 3 they go, but China's still got to go yet. Biggest they've done. Their coach about things they probably know serious. Just biggest mark they've achieved. Clarification of it. Germany's mark by Mexico. 3 points ahead. 4.5. Working very, very well. China, as ever, working very, very well. With each pair they tend to put together. Invariably and inevitably perform. Back 2.5 somersaults. The other medals were 3.6. Avoiding for the scraps, if you like.
No faltering. Chen closest to us. What a superb dive that was. 2.5 somersaults, 2.5 twists. We've seen it before. You're always a work in progress. You can always when it's done like that, it's going to score. I'm sure the coach was smiling though. That's a good sign. Here we are. Here's the 2.5 twist. Folding into that pipe shape. The synchro is really, really good. It's going to get 90 points. It must. Chen closest to us should get 9s on his dive. Wow. Yet another formidable Chinese pair. catch us if you can, boys.
Well, nobody can they? In truth, 90.72. Britain closing on 400 there. 8.5 on synchro 9 and 7.5 on execution. So with one round to go, how's it looking and who's going to likely get the medals today? Well, the top three is China, Ukraine and Mexico. Not a big gap though. Look how it's very tight between third and fourth. Not that much of a gap between third and fifth, to be honest. And cast adrift at the bottom are the Italian pair of Delumo and Vazzotto. All right, this is big. This is very, very big. Look on the top left view screen. There's loads going on there. That's because it's a forward 2.5 somersaults with 3 twists. The biggest dive of the competition. 3.8. Huge. If it goes right, Mexico are in the medals. If it goes wrong, they're out of the medals.
Oh, it's good effort. I just love watching this dive because there is so much going on. The triple in, as in you're getting the twists out of the way before you start doing the somersaults. So 2.5 somersaults, 3 twists. Here we go, let's watch it. Into the end, pop. 1, 2, 3 twists. Into the pike position to finish off the 2.5 somersaults. Execution's a bit here and there. They're mixed bag, but the synchronization is pretty good. And because of the degree of difficulty, they'll probably get close to 80 points, maybe just over. It needs to be better than that, though, so I don't think we're going to... Well, who knows where the medals are going to go.
Surprise pairing of today. The boys you're looking at now, because they're not that established, not that experienced yet. But they are, before our very eyes, really coming into some synchronization, literally. Bondar and Dolgov of Ukraine, reverse 3.5 somersaults to finish. Second place after round number 5. Are they going to be on the podium very shortly?
Oh yes, with a dive like that they are. Bondar absolutely smashed his. That is what a dive to finish on. High risk, reverse 3.5, lots, could go wrong. It's 3.4, recently quite rightly upgraded from 3.3. Look at this, superb synchro. Bondar closest to us there, just disappearing into the water. The younger pair, the younger of the pair, I should say, Maxim, there he is, doing his very split tap. I did call him a deck chair previously, but he will be a medal winner today. Look at that, 4.48.
Marks 87.7 for the Ukraine pair, who have impressed greatly. Which I'm afraid the reverse is true of the Italians today. Just not quite on the mark, and they've got a very low tariff dive to finish. 3.0 forward, 3.5.
Yep, it's low degree of difficulty, but it is executed superbly well. In fact, the same dive we'll see next, actually, from the British pair. So both finishing on a lower degree of difficulty, 3.0. So it needs to be really, really good to get even into the 70s. I think this should go into the 70s. Both executed well. Good pike shapes. Yeah, toe point. Yeah, spin speeds are okay. Francesco coming in. Oh, maybe a little bit of a twist there from Michael as he went in on the end. But still pretty good today from Italy. Overall 383. That's probably about right from them. Having a great time, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, it's probably more of a sedan chair than a deck chair there for those two. On to Goodfellow and Lee, which could be solicitors in the north of England possibly, but no, they are divers. They are British divers, and they're going to go for exactly that same dive. Forward 3.5 somersaults.
Yeah, it's okay. They need, if they wanted to challenge for the medal, they need a harder dive here. This is only 3.0, and that's probably the weakest dive from an execution point of view we've seen from this young British pair. They seem to launch themselves into the middle of the pool, but that's okay because they both tended to do it. But letting both divers letting the dive drift a little bit as they went in. So spin speeds are okay. Maddie Lee furthest away from us there. Both divers rolling over as they go in the water. A little bit of splash being thrown up. Yeah, it's not the greatest of finishes. However, overall, a pretty good performance from this young British pair.
They've topped 400 for the first time. 403.86, that's a significant improvement. They won't get a medal today, but they've gone past 400, getting into kind of world-class marks these days. Housing and Klein should get at least a bronze here if they're on form. It's a reasonably high tariff dive. It's a very high tariff dive at 3.6. Back 2.5 somersaults, 2.5 twists. Medal maybe for Germany.
Yeah, I think that's going to be good enough for a medal. They've been consistent enough today. I've seen better from this experienced pair, and I've also seen more mistakes. You know, just checking with each other. How was yours? Yeah, mine was okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be another podium finish. 2 silvers so far from this World Series, from this pair. And I think this will be good enough, certainly today, for the bronze. A little bit scrappy as they went in. So 80+ points for sure, which will be good enough for a bronze today. Yeah, 425.
Looks like another medal to add to the collection for Housing and Klein. Not on completely top form, but 425 is a decent return for the German pair. 70.14 will do it for Jan and his partner Ayasan, who is going to falter. Not the Chinese, it would seem. 5 impeccable dives. Can they run it off with dive number 6?
My goodness, yes they can. They can round it off with the dive of the competition. Wow, everyone nailed their front 4.5 today. The Mexicans, the Ukrainians, and now the Chinese, which does seem to think that it isn't difficult, but it is so challenging. And they did not look as though they had any difficulty with that at all. Will that score over 100 points? Because, well, for me, that is as good as it gets. Beautiful synchronization, superb execution. Wow, look at those entries into the water. Wow, what a dive to finish on. And China, once again, World Series champions.
And a big margin too in the end, 101.01 it is for China, 479.13, and that is the biggest they've done at the World Series, biggest mark they've achieved by virtue of that 100+ mark in round 6. 4.5, working very well. China, as ever, working very well, whichever pair they tend to put together. Invariably and inevitably perform. And everybody else is picking up the other medals, spoiling for the scraps, if you like, which have gone this time round to Ukraine and Jan. Still the coach is not happy. Still the coach says there's somebody who could have done better.
You're always a work in progress. You can always improve. There's always something you can do. I'm sure the coach was smiling, though. That's a good sign.
Yeah, she was. So it is Chinese gold, almost inevitably. Ukraine in second, Germany in third, Mexico, Great Britain and Italy. And say the first time Goodfellow and Lee have gone over the 400 mark for GB.